Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Friday night of Blue Rose here on Weave the Tale. Thank you so much again to Green Ronin for making this possible and Weave the Tale for hosting us. My name is Anthony. You can find me in the Twitterverse where I spend most of my time at Prainntheplague up there. But I am nothing without an amazing cast. And before we get into more about what game we have for you tonight and some of the retweet goals, sub goals, and everything else that we're doing to make this a wonderful experience for everybody, let's go ahead and introduce our cast. In no particular order, I am going to pop up eeny miny Spencer. Spencer, what
I'm not
what you got going on?
Hi, I am Spencer. I use he/him pronouns. You can find me at SpencerDva on Twitter and such. Tonight I will be playing Gilly, a Vata'an adept. And this is going to be fun with a new system, using a bunch of magic in a system I've never played before. So we'll see how that goes for me tonight. I'm very excited.
You try, something blows up. It might not be what you wanted, but something blows up.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up, this potentially isekai reincarnated duo. And apparently the second half of this, or I should say 2/3 once accounting for Voodle, Darby, playing the wonderful Rin.
Hello, my name is Darby. I use she/her pronouns, and I am playing Rin, the human rider of Rizea, who has a horse companion named Voodle. I've never played these characters before. I've never played a character named Rin, and I've never had a horse named Voodle. These are completely unique gods. They don't use spears. Anyways, that's me.
There's existing in multiple timelines and spaces. Rin, Voodle, and this in Gilly, as known here, take up completely different mirror images. I wonder what they're going to look like here. Maybe be the same, maybe not. But fun nonetheless. Next up, we have Hooper, playing a wonderful.
Yes, that's Hooper.
I mean, you can be me. That's fine.
Identity theft is a real crime.
Yes,
Jim.
In a row.
Yeah, I am Andrew. You can find me on Twitter at SirHooper55, where I post all kinds of tabletop RPG stuff, all the glorious things that we do. I am playing a big, fuzzy, huggable murder bear today, named Bearengaar. And I'm super excited to be huggable and have a nice, fuzzy, wonderful hat.
Replace all of the soft words with violence, and I think it may or may not be the actual situation there. So, thank you. So, as previously described, we had a horse. We did have a sentient horse character as a player, going by the name of Ben, played by the wonderful Angel. Angel, what do you got going on?
Hi, I'm Angel. You can find me at Faetrouble just about anywhere, but mostly Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. I cosplay, I LARP, I talk about D&D stuff. I stream weekly on Twitch. Right now we're playing Elden Ring, and I'm typically really into Soulsborne games. We have fun there. And that's about... oh, and I play Shadowrun here on Tuesdays. For I think like the next month of March. That has been such a blast, but that's all I have going on.
More Weave stuff, make sure to check it out. Always got a lot going on. Like I said, a lot of Shadowrun this season. In fact, Derby's also on Shadowrun. We have a lot of people on Shadowrun this season, so always fun. And definitely last but not least, our mega face weasel ferret.
Yes.
Weasel of some kind. Hey Jen, what's going on?
Hi, I'm Jen. I use she/her pronouns, and I go by Savagesparrow on the internet. You can find me at savagesparrow.com, which is my super cool website for nerdy apparel and accessories. Tonight I will be playing Reeva, who is the aforementioned hat of Bearengaar. She is a rye ferret, and the expert. So it's gonna be great because Noodle's gonna steal stuff.
Very, very dangerous danger noodle. Although that definition might mean different things depending on where you are, or what you're doing. But Blue Rose is a game of love, and that's primarily what this is. Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is West Marches in Blue Rose. This is a commonly taken format played often with other games and played with this game. Here we have a different week of a wonderful cast. We are always going to do the same thing. Start off at the tavern known as the Roamer's Rest, which is an amazing tavern owned by the Romani analog people known as the Roamers here in Blue Rose, and kind of use this as like a hub of communication and trade outside of a major capital city. We're going to start there. There's going to be plenty of things to have fun with while we're there. I don't care if we spend the whole session there. I really don't. We've done it in the past, and that's fine. And then there's going to be a bounty board whenever we'd like to do something else. This week, we have the Pirate Isles. So a couple of weeks ago, we had like model Aldian nations or model Blue Rose nations earlier, where players had to solve different crises, and to everyone's, fortunately they solved all the crises without issue, but there's still kind of remnants of issues left in these other regions that Aldians are being called upon to go fix, right, with diverse cast of people. Now this is a queer and trans friendly space. There will be no queer and trans discrimination here, no racism or ableism of any kind. It might be part of the game standard, but that's not how we play it. And this party is going to be completely removed from what's been going on in the past. They're going to go sail somewhere completely new, and they're going to have a wonderful toy to go do it. But we'll see when we get there. We are at 12 out of 20 retweets, and so let's get that up to 20 so they can have a 20 hit point health pool to share amongst people, ships, rock ships. Later on. So that's going to be some fun usage of the retweet goal, and of course our 5 sub goal to get some more auto successes on whatever they want to do and help their yes and moments come to life. So, without further ado, let's talk about what we're all doing at the Roamer's Rest, this wonderful, beautiful tavern right next to the port of Aldis. 3 stories. There's gambling on the bottom. There's sleeping arrangements and fun times upstairs, and in the middle you have your classic hall with drinking and tarot readings and all sorts of things to do. So whether you're together, whether you're reading the bounty board, who would like to introduce their character first?
I will, if no one else would like to.
Of course. Of course.
Well, a horse walks into a bar and so I guess I'm in a tavern. I'm not like a 2-legged situation. I'm not like I'm a horse. So I would imagine myself having a flagon of ale. Horses do actually like beer in the real world. Just, fun fact if you didn't know. So I think he'll just be enjoying a mug and like... he has a regular horse size, a palomino, which is usually white with brown speckles and a long white mane. Pretty well trimmed and, very, very uniform, clad in his heavy armor. Where would his sword be?
In like a One Piece
My
mouth
boobs.
sword situation, like
Yeah.
It's like on the shoulder, just
Yeah. I'm trying to think of
Ooh.
anatomy. I think it would be
Like
strapped
Steve
to the
from
side.
Marvel.
Valuable range.
Geralt of Rivia, but
yeah.
But horse.
Or, yeah. Yeah, and that's all that he is doing. He's keeping to himself and just kind of. Sometimes he blows like a couple bubbles in his drink until it is done.
Barley, our Lavel, which is the Aldian word essentially for trans, our Lavel bartender is going to go ahead and sort of kind of look over at this Roach Geralt hybrid and be like, hey horse, why the big? I mean, I hope that you were enjoying your day today. I couldn't help but notice you from across the way there. You look like you're from out of town. We don't get a lot of rye horses here, but we have a lot of rye fen downstairs. I mean, you know, can I get you something stronger? I don't think a single drink can make a 2,000-pound horse feel anything at all.
I look at him. I don't talk, for the viewers who do not know. I speak via telepathy. So I look at him. I look at Barley. Oh, what are their pronouns, by the way? I'm so sorry. I should have asked that.
Yeah, no, of course. He, she, they.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I look at them, and I say, well, I would like another flagon, but if you've seen other rye, I think I should introduce myself. Are they like me, or are they other, creatures?
Well, that one's eating a whole chicken right now, and kind of points over to what appears to be Voodle, standing on top of a bar table in the main hall, eating a chicken.
Looks treacherous.
That looks possible.
I could really use that another beer.
Great.
I
yeah.
tip the empty cup over with my snoot.
I'll get you some of the harder stuff, okay? Not everybody asked for this. And she has like this pneumatic tube system built in behind the bar that turns a lever, and like you hear like pipes grinding from beneath you in the basement. And you hear like clanking as it works its way up the pipes until finally this like black liquid that's like very congealed and like thick, like ices into this mug.
That seems up the code.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is actually fermented and yeasted pufferfish toxin with hops. This is actually Rye Dolphin's favorite drink. Sometimes, they haze each other into drinking some of the pufferfish toxin. One of them gets too much, and then we don't see him for a couple weeks, but, it seems like similar weight class, maybe you guys, you would appreciate this as well, and serves you an appropriate amount for your size.
It doesn't... Wait, hold on. It doesn't look good, but... And I, do the head bobby thing, and then I take a sip. Does it taste funky?
It tastes like mold. Gotta be completely honest with you. Like Gilly's saying, not necessarily up to code. But it does do the job. Please make a Constitution check, right? Is the classic. For our first roll of the game.
Okay,
Death saving throw.
hold on. I should have roll 20 up. I think that appeared when I switched screens
In
earlier.
the meantime, we will head over to somebody else about what they're doing before we get back to whether or not this horse just collapses in the middle of this bar or not.
I think there's a big huff and then the commotion of a door just unintentionally slamming inwards as a golden bear just strolls in with a very beautiful fuzzy hat right on top of his head. He's got this pure white triangle patch down his chest, and from the muzzle out is just pure white. Other than that, gold. He's just lumbering in, looking around, sniffs the air for the chicken. I assume there's tables and benches and whatnot.
Yeah, there's actually all kinds. This is the first time in weeks that the kingdom has been in relative peace. So this is actually the most packed that the Roamer's Rest have been, kind of since we started, playing like these games. And there's people from kind of all over nations, envoys that feel it's safer to travel, and there is space. However, you do see that a horse in front of you is having a difficult time keeping a foot, a hoof. Please, you are definitely you don't knock out, but you're definitely slurred, and you may or may not walk into some things. So how, what happens there?
I'm just like swaying with my big mass and just like making little sounds that I would like I was a foal, just and like just trying to stand up and kind of leaning on the counter a little bit if I need some help. And if anyone walking by, I'm just like a little invasive, and then I kind of like, oh, I don't know them.
Golden Bear, were you approaching the bar?
Reeva, do you have a means of communicating?
Do I?
Yeah. The three of you as Raikuters would be able to communicate with each other without being next to each other, through the use of your amazing psychic contact.
Oh.
Yes. What's going on? I was taking a lovely nap, and now I'm not napping anymore, and oh, there's people. This is exciting. Oh, so many shiny things.
Tried to wake you earlier, but you just look so peaceful.
You're so comfy. It's so fluffy in here, and you feel her like noodle around like in a little swirl in your head further.
There is another Rye folk. They look like they're having trouble standing.
Oh gosh. Okay, we should go. Hello. She like telepathies. Then just like, good horse. Are you well?
Mother. Thank you again.
Mother, I
Where are
crave
I can't see you.
It is okay that I am doing my job. I am very small and stealthy.
I look down with the small notion.
Do you
must
need
look up.
help?
I get kind of spooked a little bit. I take a couple hooves back.
No, there's a very the hat is now standing on its hind legs, so she's just like got the tiny like hands gesturing dramatically, like we are here to rescue you.
From where am I again?
As Reeva says to rescue you, Ben, Reeva, and Bearengaar, you all start to hear this like sound in your head. Voodle is actually eating very quietly, name unbeknownst to you yet. The horse across the room is eating very quietly, but telepathically, you hear every chew. It is like they are right next to you.
Nom 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 nom, chicken good. Nom 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 nom.
So-
Do you mind? Telepathically, of course.
Oh,
Trying to.
you want?
Shall I use
want
my
something?
claw?
I'm trying to see, and you're not helping.
Do I need to share? Voodle's like, do I need to share? Like, do I control Voodle, or is Voodle you?
Well, I would love it if you would play Voodle as well. Although I am happy to take Voodle.
Oh no, it'll
whenever,
be great.
So.
Voodle and Rin talking to each other. Hello. Great. Yeah, Voodle. Do I need to share? Do you want some chicken?
Your loud
No,
noises
you're-
are offending.
Yeah, they're offensive. I don't turn to Barley, I just with my long neck and I look at him.
I
Why'd
see.
you do
Whereas
to me?
Reeva's pouched on top of Bearengaar's head, on her hind legs, just again in that dramatic pose of I will use my claw.
I think we could maybe spare them the claws just this once.
You're right. They are far too dangerous to be used in public.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Can I have some water?
You do not know, other horse, how lucky you are this day.
Barley gets out a barrel of water with a funnel and just pops it into your, half open mouth to account for how much will fall out of the mouth.
I
It's like a
drink it
splash.
such as a horse does. You know? You know what I'm saying? The lips.
Yeah, with a feeling with the lips. You get this broom hey, I said no more cards, no more water, no more food down here, or I'm gonna have to come up there. And Barley's ugh. It's just Jack. It's just, him and the other dolphins are out of control these days, okay? They're having some kind of poker tournament and they don't want to be disturbed. Sometimes some of our tarot customers lose their readings down there and then it gets switched around with the cards that they're using, and now someone gets hurt and they gotta I just listen, I've seen too many dolphins beat up, okay, in the back of the dumpster behind the roamers rest, okay? It's tough out there, so
Dolphins are terrifying. A lot of people underestimate them. Ugh.
Do you need to lay down?
Yeah. I do. And I'm gonna close my eyes standing up. And, kind of take a little rest.
sitting at the bar just
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little nap.
who else would like to go up?
I think. While all of this is happening and Boodle watching all of this, just eating chicken, standing on top of a table, brushing the ceiling, just yum, chicken. I love chicken.
Sharing the
Renan.
chicken.
Yeah. Rin and Gilly, I guess, are in front of getting their tarot cards read. Perhaps? As a
Yeah.
couple, because they're disgusting.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
do
I
things separately.
would love that. I would love that. You approach the tarot reading station where you meet this, I would say roughly 40-year-old roamer woman who kind of is, in the line of the family business for the roamer's rest, and is I see, well, that you've met my daughter already. I don't know if, I'm not sure if their reading was appropriate for you. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I could have sworn that I recognized somebody else. No, my apologies, I don't think I've met you at all. Maybe in a past life? A black void? But no, it couldn't be. Regardless, I'm happy to do a reading for you now. Please, I will leave 3 cards for each suit, both minor and major arcana, and take the one that calls to you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So for
I'm
this, we're
pretty
just
sure we
gonna do
have it
yeah. So for this one, we're just gonna do just a standard standard roll for whichever attribute you'd like to use, twice. and we'll just decide major and minor arcana with a little handy chart that I have here.
Ooh, boy. Let's standard roll. Remind me how many die we roll one more time because new system. Yes.
Yeah, so it'd be
system
it'd be
is.
three. It'd be 3d6 plus like your ability score, so you can pick whichever
Okay.
ability you'd like to use and basically just add that number to it.
Dexterity,
Okay.
then. I don't. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I guess we'll just do dexterity.
All right.
Oh, wait. How did you get it to roll? Oh.
That's
You
interesting.
just have to click on the
So-
stat in your character sheet.
Yeah.
Aha! There we go.
Okay, awesome. So a 12 and a 15. This will decide major suits. Now, Rin, you get to, you draw and you pick your major suit. You find that it's actually the Empress. But just as this roamer is about to describe to you what the Empress is and why it's significant, a second person comes and picks up a major arcana card off the table, it seems. Gil, is that, are you picking it up right now?
I mean, yeah, he'll wait, but I guess for character description things, Gil is a Vata'an male, sort of this sky blue mixed with gray skin, pointed ears, this like rather long gray hair that is tied into a ponytail, wearing these sort of nice spring-colored mage robes, stereotypical looking mage robes. And he just kind of quickly just draws one and looks at it, and we'll just wait.
Gilly, I think that one was for me.
I mean, don't you already have one? Or
I don't know. Is that how it's supposed to work? Is it? No, but it's all three. All three is part of the reading. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how this
The
works.
cards, Lanuta describes that, hey, the cards go to whomever picks them up, and if it gets in their hands, it must have been for a reason. Rin, Lanuta points to you and says that you've acquired the Empress. She speaks to you first before getting to this new Vata'an, which they don't see many of at the Roamer's Rest, usually tend to their own lands. But there's, like I said, there's been a lot of increased travel and kind of recently, so happy to see that there's more people in the Roamer's Rest and in Aldis in general. It's finally breathing some life back after the recent attacks. You get, like I said, the Empress. Lanuta says that I see something in you. You clearly care about animals and plant life, the nature around you. You seem to protect it. Even right now, you're giving room and board to this wonderful, beautiful creature, and like Voodle is just like destroying this chicken. Just whole
This is
face
third.
in the chicken.
Third chicken. It's just-
Third
it's
chicken.
The third one.
They have to like start taking it out of the wall and stuff, taking out cinder blocks. There's like hidden chicken in the wall. There's like backup chicken that they have. Barley's like, oh fuck, like takes it out, puts it out for Voodle. Voodle starts eating it as much as possible, and the stuffing gets all over Voodle's hair, and it's like cuts back. Clearly, you have a kind heart, and those in your care seem to do very well. So, be proud, of your identity as the Empress, and hands you the card. This other person, and I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
Gilly, pleasure. And doesn't even make eye contact, he's like still looking at the card.
Nice to meet you, Gilly. I'm happy to see that more Vata'an are traveling outside of home nations and territories. We recently had quite a scare, but the envoys and delegations did a good job at keeping relations. The roads are open now. I hope they stay that way. Although the seas have been a bit unclear, maybe this will help you in tumultuous storms lying deep, further ahead. Takes it out, and you get the Exarch. Lanuta's face, like, she says that, but then she looks at your card, and her face, like, sinks, and she's like, let's just hope that you don't cause too much trouble for yourself or your friends, okay? It seems like you've uncovered the Exarch, uncovering secrets that you don't need to, and playing tricks on those at the wrong times. I just hope that you can keep your mischievous nature under control with the trials ahead. But there are more cards to gaze upon, and lays out another 3 for each of you representing the minor arcana. And that would be another roll.
Can Voodoo pick up the last card? Just like
Yeah, I would
finish
love
demolishing chicken. Just like comes over, like huffs at the card, flips it over.
Yeah. Complete food wars, eating of chicken, and then, you know, very, very gentle, like, coming up.
Yeah.
Just lip grabbing with the softest card.
Delicate action. Do I need to roll for Voodoo?
For sure. Voodoo has stats.
I guess Voodoo has nice stats, so
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
Voodoo.
Yeah, Voodoo. Exactly. Voodoo will just be copying essentially your stats for now.
One and the same, baby.
All right, and let's see what kind of hole we got. Boom. Okay. Wow, that's a little bit low for Gilly there, but pretty healthy one for Ren. And let's see what we draw. Back to the chart. It seems like this would be the Page of Pentacles for Rin. As the Page of Pentacles, your destiny is that of an inquisitive person. Your curiousness will lead you to greatness. However, eventually you will become wasteful, and this curiosity will lead to a loss of resources rather than a gaining of them. Gilly, it seems like you've drawn the Queen of Chalices. I see you. I know that behind your mischievous nature, a devoted destiny lies deep within. But eventually, you will fall to the same capricious nature as so many devotees before you. Eventually, your actions will be... Nobody will be able to understand them. Not even yourself. The motivations behind them. But take these as you go. Act as you see fit. Just know that the roamers watch over you, and so does the entire land of Aldis. If you are here, it means that you've been blessed with something greater than you know. And hands each of you your respective cards.
He just kind of
Nice.
looks at them. Huh. And we'll sort of look at the bar and see the situation with our 3 Rye friends. Just like, I kind of tilts his head curiously at Ben. Is that horse drunk?
Barley's like, no, this horse is sleeping.
At this point, Reeva has flopped onto Bearengaar's snout. So she's like perched on his nose to look him in the eye, and she's just like, Gar. So I got this idea, okay? Like, you're really big and you're really, really tall. And so if you were to stand up on your legs and then I was to stand up on your head, we'd be so tall!
Wouldn't I wish you between my head and the ceiling?
Oh, okay. You make a very good point. I'm feeling what you're saying. I understand. This is why I love you so much. This move is too powerful for the indoors. Okay. These humans are they just don't understand the size constraints that we need because we're just so powerful. But just think about it. Okay? If you were to stand up and then I was to stand up, we'd be the most tall.
I will think about it.
Okay. And like, she would just sort of roly-poly back up onto his head.
You see a table of ghouls clad in beautiful ebony armor like very ornate, like inlays and engravings look at you and you say, they all stand up in unison, these 6 of these ghouls. We are members of the Order of Scald Knights from the land of Kern. We've come to report misgivings and destruction in our homeland. It's better now, but we require joy. We wish to see who indeed is the tallest. Please, are there any contestants? We will pay a handsome amount of gold.
Yeah.
We're tall! We're tall!
Boodle
like
hears
brooding death
gold,
knights are
and
like,
Boodle is like,
I want cutie meow tall contest.
We're really tall! We're the most tall!
They literally can't.
That will defeat us!
They literally can't tell the difference. They're like,
They
yep,
do.
that seems like one animal, right? We've never been to the Pavin World. We don't know. What are animals?
Yeah,
Is this a bird?
And then listen. Arg. If there's any competition, if there's any of them at all that are trying to get in our way, I'll
Line
use
up.
my claw!
Line up behind this very tall horse as the Skull Knight points to this sleeping horse on a bar stool, which combined is very tall.
yo, what about Boodle on a table?
Should I stand on the chair too?
I don't know. We just need everybody close to each other. We don't care
Yeah.
how you make yourselves tall or not, as long as you're lined
Okay.
up so we can get a good vision. So if you're trying to move tables
Yeah.
towards the bar, please do.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Boodle hears money, starts slamming a table over closer. It's just
Yeah, we
like,
can't let them win. We can't let them win.
dragging.
Guard. We can't
Bearengaar
let
will
the loud
just
chewer win.
like get up on his hind legs and help push the table across to the bar.
And then,
Set
like,
up.
basically, like, Reeva just extends herself to her full noodly goodness. Just, like, touching the ceiling. I mean, tall!
Give me your energy pose. Full arms extended.
Praise the
Boodle
sun.
just, Boodle just shakes
She's,
out.
like, balancing on a tail.
That's
Boodle. Boodle. And if I'm Rin,
That's so cute.
Boodle's gonna stand up on the table and then stick his head up, just go like, still mouthful of chicken, just tilts head up.
So Bearengaar and Reeva together. Voodle's representing the Rin party. Ben, do you do anything in your half sleep? Maybe you wake up a bit, maybe not. Maybe you do something while asleep.
Well, yeah, I think with all the commotion, I would have woken up by now. Like, oh, okay, that's a little bit. It's a little bit better. Sorry, I keep losing track of the voice. That's a little bit better. And I am surrounded by people, right? Because they're like, that is a tall horse. That is a tall sleeping horse. And I'm like, you know, the ears.
He's surrounded. Yeah, there's like a bunch of people behind you. The horse is standing on table. That's like 15 feet closer now. Like,
All the rye animals in this bar are standing up on objects. You're just like, oh.
The Floor of Lava was a great game, but I mean, okay. And he's gonna stand up on the stool, I guess.
that's super tall. What? Okay, that's awesome. Gilly, do you want to do anything to make yourself appear taller, or are you leaving it to the rye animals to figure it out?
Oh man, okay. I mean, Gilly by himself is already fairly tall. He's like just above 6 foot. He's kind of like looking at these rye creatures. And then he kind of looks up and sees this Rye Ferret just, stretching arms to the sky. And
Posing on
T-pose.
everyone.
T-posing on
let's see,
everyone.
how would I be allowed to use move object to kind of, not painfully so, but try and stretch Reeva just a tiny bit more to make her taller?
100%.
Yep.
So now she's like on the
for-
tip of her tail.
Standing on the tip of the tail, stretching out with this new weight
On top
from
of the
move
bear.
object. On top of the bear, who's already standing up, on 2 legs. So this is very tall. We're gonna do a short opposed test, and we're gonna assign modifiers based on how well you described your extendiness. So Reeva and Bearengaar together, along with move object, that's gonna be a +8 to a standard
Yes.
dex roll for Reeva. For Ben, who is a horse standing on 2 legs on a stool, that's definitely going to be a 6, which I love. And then Rin, and then Voodle, who's having Voodle stand on a table with 2 legs, is going to be a 5. So
R-
Okay.
Rin's not
see.
making Voodle do anything. Voodle has his own agenda here. He heard
So-
money, and he
Voodles.
thinks money equals more chicken. That's what
How
his
do
agenda
I-
is.
How do I add the modifier?
oh, you can just do like an advanced die roller. You can just roll like 3d6, like plus, +8.
Okay.
It doesn't have to look like the
Okay.
Is it dexterity?
like the die. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just gonna adjust my modifier.
Oh.
And then roll.
+8. So,
Yikes.
Oh.
Voodle ain't winning.
I don't know how to add the, unless you want me to roll.
No,
Okay,
no, that's
is that
fine. You got a
fine?
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Mhm.
believe even counting that does beat Ben's 17, and that does beat Voodle's 15, unless no mod. Yeah, so it does. Please, your T-pose does win. Okay. And these Skull Knights go up to you and they're like, "We lost many a comrade to this ghost ship, this ghost captain. Now, we've acquired it and unleashed it upon the bay. It's out front." And they hand you like basically an ethereal ghost pirate captain hat that they put on you. It seems to go through you, but it doesn't like drop, like through your body. It stays on your little head. And they give you like a little ghost eye patch made of ectoplasm, and they're like, "You are now the ghost captain of the SS Inferno." And like through the window outside is like this on fire, like obsidian, like crystal ship, this like hell ship.
Holy shit.
That you're the captain of now.
Excellent!
What?
I told you our move was so powerful, and now that I am your hat, I have a hat, so now we are even more powerful than we have ever been before!
2 hats, 2 times the hat power.
Yes, now I have a hat
You know-
and my claw.
After hearing that, Gilly will just sort of lean over to Wrench, just like, if I had known they were going to win a ship, I would have helped Voodle.
I think, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure Voodle is just interested in the chicken that he could have won from. Look, he doesn't even care. He's still standing there eating chicken.
Question. Would Reeva
Totally
have
yes.
been able to tell that Gilly cast the spell? Like, obviously she felt herself levitating higher, but like, I don't know if this is like D&D where, I can get a sense of direction where the...
I think he would have been fairly overt about it. I don't think he would have tried to be secret about it.
So once again, Reeva sort of like walks down to like rolls over to like sit on Gar's snout. She's like, Gar. Okay, now that we have a sheep, we have a sheep.
Mhm.
And I have a hat, and I have this hat, and I have this patch. I have a hat and a
It
patch.
is a very
It's
nice
exciting.
hat.
It is so nice. I know. Thank you. I know. I love. But now that we have the hat and the patch and the sheep, we need a crew. And I think that guy that did that spell, like that guy should be a guy who is in a crew. We need a crew.
This is a weird-
don't disagree, but why do we need a crew?
Because we have a sheep.
Ben would like to, after fucking up that stool stand tremendously, would like to just like kind of. He's been standing there awkwardly, like, man, I could have had a ship. And he like
You can be a member of
Swings
our
his-
crew.
swings his long neck over, and he's like, "So you're hiring? Can I get in on that, please?"
Where
Oh,
are you posting
We
job
are-
application?
Looking for a crew, apparently.
Yes.
What is the highest
You are
position
very-
available currently?
The second tallest person.
I'm not quite familiar. I mean, I have sailed on many different ships before, and I haven't heard of a second tallest person. However, I would like to co-opt that as my second title from with the hoof. What else? Can I be like
I don't
second
know.
horse?
First horse. You are a very good horse. You are not like that.
First
other
horse?
that eats tuna. Yes.
Voodle's
We are
like,
horse.
Voodle,
I don't
meanwhile,
condone
just
this.
like, the chicken is good, though.
Yes.
Voodle
Are you on
is like
board?
Try some.
the second raccoon out of hell. Like, I don't want to mess with that. You ever see a horse eat a chicken? Like, that's fucking horrifying. That guy ate 3 of them. Ben is not fucking around with that. Well, I'm hired then.
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
You have money, right?
Do we have money?
You know what?
We have that.
the Skull Knights tell you,
I got-
well, there's a huge reservoir in the ship of what they took. There's actually thousands of gold there, and a huge food vault that consisted primarily of chicken.
That
Voodle
seems
hears
convenient.
chicken and immediately walks over.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will
Okay.
meet
So I
you
hear you're
all
hiring?
at the ship.
Yes. Yes. Indeed. Indeed. Aha. Okay. Okay. Let us go to the mage. Cause like we need the magic. The magic. The fingers. They do the thing, and then he's like. It's very powerful.
But you told
It was
me
very
that
impressive.
you knew how to do magic.
Out of character, are we able to hear this conversation at all?
Yeah, everybody's pretty close to each other. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, of course I can do magic. It's just I don't want to do it right now.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Dogs are not
Canada.
in position
You'll never be able to meet.
for a tribute.
Oh, wait, ready.
Okay. You, sir! You are the one
Huh.
who used that spell. It was very exciting. I was very impressed. We want you for my crew.
Crew of what?
Well, you see, I have the hat and I have the patch, and now I have the sheep. I am El Capitan.
You can be the second horse.
No. It is. No, we cannot have him be the second horse. He's not a horse. That would be an insult to the first horse. You have to say anybody a horse.
It's just
Come
a
on,
title.
You know these things.
Well, I
You
think
can
that would
be
be
s-
for a horse to decide, but yeah, he could be second horse.
Exactly.
As
You
long
can
as
be
I'm first
second
horse.
bear.
Wait, so if I'm second horse, does that mean he pointing over to Ben, is in charge of me, or...
Mm-hmm.
Would that, if you then hire someone else, would they then be third horse? Is everyone just horse? Is horse a title?
No, there's a
Because I'm gonna
limited
be
amount
honest,
of
if Gilly is
spots.
going on this ship, I too would like to go on this ship.
I'm not
we're,
sure that's
we're
a
sort
horse,
of
but
a package deal, along with Voodoo.
Ooh, I like this. Then we have a very well-rounded crew. If you are also coming along. This is very exciting. Yes, yes, yes. Our crew is shaping together. God, I'm so excited.
We have many horses. Yes.
Yes.
so do you have the wheel to that thing? Can we? It looks like it's on fire and kind of glowing. Is that up to code? You know,
Of course. Are
maritime
not all
OSHA.
ships on fire and glowing? Like, have you never sailed on a ship before? That is.
I have sailed many seas and many ships. I am slightly insulted. I'm just concerned if I will be burnt alive
No.
when we get in the boat. No?
Oh, no, no, no.
Would you like to be
not.
the
Reeva's like
first
never
one
been on the
to...
boat.
Never at all.
enter?
Never at all.
We have never
I-
sailed on a ship before.
And they're in charge.
You're
Great.
not supposed to say that out loud.
I mean,
Well,
listen, it's an adventure.
as-
Be fun.
Yes.
As you
This one.
know,
This
Reeva,
one. You are getting promoted.
Me?
Yes. You are now third horse.
Excellent.
well,
So Ben, yeah, what were you gonna say, Ben?
oh, sorry, that's me. I'm like, huh? Who?
Who been?
I'm still a little drunk.
I've
Uh,
officially
as
knocked
you
you
were-
down.
Saying, Reeva, as you know, it is the captain's tradition to be the first to enter the boat. So whenever you would like to go over there and give it a go, I'm sure you will be completely fine and not turn into morsels.
Of course not. I am brilliant.
Um,
I am powerful.
my
I have
name
this
is-
hat.
My name is Ben, by the way. I don't know if that's important to you all here. I don't know the customs, but that's my name in case you were curious.
Hello, Ben.
Mostly identify allies
Oh.
by scent.
Oh,
You smell
That's
like
good
an
to know.
ally, so
I think I
that works.
Oh, thank you.
What?
I thought that you were going
What
to go
does
in the opposite
ally
direction
smell
with
like?
that. This is the LGBT over here. Like, you know, don't worry about it. A is for asexual. Sorry. You smell? What is, bear? What does the bear smell like? I like give him a little. I smell him with my snoot.
Honey and dirt and ferret.
You kind of smell good. Actually, I'm sorry. It's just how we greet each other. I'm sure you understand. You know,
Mm-hmm.
customs.
The
Well
people
then,
I have worked with
shall we?
before, they call me
Wait.
Bearengaar.
Bearengaar.
And
It's a strong name.
when Ben like sniffs Gar, Reeva will like noodle down and then like give him like the tiniest like pat on on his nose with like one of her little hands and just be like, "Hello, I am Reeva El Capital. Now I have the hat and the patch."
I will
You have
warn you next
adventure.
time you got to put your fist out like this so I can smell you if you don't have a very large snoot, just so I know that you are also a friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That is
common
how it
etiquette,
works.
really.
Yeah, everyone does it.
Scan test.
She
Yeah,
like
everybody does
she
it.
just does this thing where like she doesn't quite jump, but like she like sort of hangs on to Gar with her hind legs and then like makes like a noodle bridge between the two of them. So her hands are on Ben's nose. So she's just like, "Ugh. Does this help? Can you smell me?"
And I like cough sneeze, you know, like how old men do, in hopes that she would. Yeah, I got a good whiff of ferret. I'm a little allergic, you know.
Yeah, his little allergies. That's so cute.
And she like rolls backwards back onto Gar.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay.
At
Now,
this
now
point-
that we are friends.
And our
No,
new
sorry.
friends.
Yeah,
The
that's
mage
it.
and
Exactly.
the girl.
New friends, right? I would like to be your friend as well. And like this elderly sailor like bursts through the door, right? And
Oh,
having like an
no.
oar and like a raincoat, right? Through eyes glazed, like salty beard, like barnacles hanging out, like yar. No one talks about what's really going on in these parts. Everybody's happy in the
And-
cities, drinking here.
And what's really happening, good sir? I would love to know what you think.
Well,
And,
I'll
what-
tell you.
What heritage is this individual? Are they human? Are they?
Oh, this is actually a Vatasha. So this is like a like kind of like a dark elf, like or a winter elf. So like a sort of brooding person that sort of goes about, looks around, and is like, the bounty boards here don't have anything good. Now, the last couple weeks, we've had quite a number of activities before us, but now, something that nobody wants to talk about. Who wants to talk about pirates?
Your Harfiddle DD.
Yes.
Is this taking care
Ah.
of pirates for a sum
Yes.
of money?
I see you
will
know our
just
secret
beat
code.
them with my claw.
And like gives Rin like a handshake, but out from his wrist pops like a vial of poison, and is like, just in case you were out and you needed to put down any landlubbers, hands it to you and is like kind of
yes.
treats you as a pirate already, even though clearly the
you.
captain is Reeva.
Yeah,
right.
and Rin could not scream more that she lives on land and has never set foot on the ocean. Like, and that
Yes.
fancy dress, like glitzy. She's got a spear strapped to her back. Like, is just like prim proper looking.
Your calloused
It's like-
hands and dry skin tell me that you spend a lot of time on the sea.
Yes,
Clearly.
yes, and you know,
Clearly
my
a
tousled
pirate.
hair. It's perfectly in place. Just
It's like perfect. Yeah, there's like nothing about it. It's like clearly a person of the sea. Now I see that you've gathered quite a motley crew here, and I see your flaming ship outside, but that is nothing amongst the wrath that faces you in the sea. I need help. I represent a large island by the name of Mache. We are a fishing community near the Pirate Isles, towards the west of here. Nobody will come to our aid because everybody's been so busy fighting amongst each other. We got a couple of ships a couple weeks ago now, but since then, different problems have emerged. Now, I'm asking you, burn down the bounty board of collecting giant squirrels for roast on some lord's stew that the bounty board displays here, and take on one of my requests, as it were. You'll be paid handsomely in liquor, gold, fame, and the love of everybody on the Pirate Isles. Hell, might even be able to take a bit of the Isles for yourself, if you impress enough
Will
people.
we get even better hats?
You could. You could.
Hey, Captain
Excellent.
Reeva,
I
think
will
this is
collect all of the hats of all of the wrongdoers, and then they will know who has defeated them. It is me, El Capitan Reeva, at Bearengaar.
So there's a hat-based frenzy happening. What are some of the responses to this mysterious Vitasha pirate figure?
So tell me more about what's troubling you of late. So we're not going in completely blind to this expedition.
Thank you.
And what kind of things could you? Is there any aid you could provide us in any way, such as weaponry, or even just pointing us in the right direction, so on and so forth.
Of course.
And
Well,
a written contract.
you're always welcome to as much food as Mache can offer. Fresh fish the rest of your life, but you might not want to take a bite. We've had a recent outbreak of disease and plague in our small fishing village. It seems like the food stores are going bad, and we're not sure what's happening. Aid is required, or we face a tough situation. We catch them, and they're fine, but we check them. We even cook them, but when we eat them, it always harms us. There has to be a reason. Farther out, our sailors have been unable to fish where they need to. They refuse to pass by the Dark Isle, a place of strange machinery and lights, things we can't understand. The secluded figures there, they ask you to bring a tombstone and a casket filled with the body of a fresh kill. They will only trade with you if you give them this casket in return. Sailors have been going missing, food stores decreasing, and we can't fish out there. I don't know. I don't suppose you have time for both, but we need to figure out what's going on with this plague and with the Dark Isle. But
Well,
I shan't
I'll be
tell
honest.
pirates how to do their business.
the Dark Isle seems a little more concerning. I guess you can kind of trade for food elsewhere, but you can't do that if everyone's gone and dead. So I don't know, Captain Reeva, what do you think?
Yes. Let's see. Okay. So we need a cafe. Yes, with a body to trade. Does it have to be? We could make it. Does it have to be a body that was once alive, or can it be like we make a body out of straw? We do a deception. We deceive.
We could have one of us lying in a casket pretending to be
Yes,
and then-
yes. Let us do that, and then it is like surprise. Only then you use your claw.
I would not fit in a casket, though.
No. Oh,
Rita
yes,
would
yes,
certainly
okay.
fit in one.
Yes, but I am not big enough to be a body, but I could be the body's hat.
Just Rin looking over at Gilly. I guess that means it has to be one of us then. We're sort of sized for
And
this.
then And then I would go with you as your hat and make sure that the lucks do not luck.
It's that.
But you're
It's
my
all that.
hat.
Well, I can be another hat just for I'll be right back, like cause you're the only hat I want to sit upon, or at least like most of the time, sometimes
Long term.
a girl likes to explore other headgear options, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
The beginning of a constellation relationship. based on head
Shit.
identity.
Bearengaar shit.
If
No, Bearengaar, no cry, no cry, and she like swirls around on top of his head.
It sounds like
guess
we have an idea.
yeah, if one of us has to pretend to be dead, I guess I can work with that because, listen, Rin, I love you. I'm not sure I can be on the same deck as Voodle for days on end. I would rather pretend to be dead.
Boodle loves you. What are you talking about? Boodle's just staring. Just suddenly like looks up and stares at Gilly like.
I like to imagine Voodle's definitely doing like is doing like 100% doing like the Kubrick stare at Gilly.
Yeah.
It's like
Horrible.
it's just
The
like
resting face
yeah,
is just a Kubrick style.
Yeah, just-
I'll pretend to be dead. It's fine. Actually, do we only really need
No, I
to
feel like
have me pretend to be dead when we arrive at wherever we're trading, or how does that work? And turns to the Vatasha.
Please, call me Elric.
No, Elric. Sorry. So will I have to pretend to be dead the entire time I'm on the ship, or can I just, hop into the coffin we're about to meet these people we're trading with, and...
That's fine. We just have no idea what comes after. We're not even, getting out is as much of a
Oh.
problem as getting in.
Oh.
see Gilly, and it'll be great. Then you don't have to be alone with Voodoo on the ship, which I don't understand why you'd be trepidatious about that. Voodoo's lovely, and I feel like I'd make a very fetching corpse.
You are quite fancy.
Gil
I
is
can
so
see it from
disrespectful.
here. Your hair
To
is so
Voodoo.
great. You would be an excellent head to be a hat for. But again,
I mean-
you are my love.
You know me,
You are my great.
I'm hardy. I've got a helmet. I'll have a hat. I have my spear. It'll be great. What could go wrong?
And I am a master of deception. Look at these.
Exactly.
See,
A
I have
master of deception.
Yes, and I even
Higher-
have a mask.
Mhm.
Like it is a
Hi-
mask that I was born with. That is the extent of how deceptive I am.
Raiders, take a look at our wonderful Rye Weasel, our Rye Ferret, who has become a pirate captain of a ghost ship, and is off to go fight either an unknown island of kidnappers or a plague, probably leaning towards kidnappers right now. Hey, Nerds with Dice rating, thank you so much for the raid. That's what we're up to currently, and we have all kinds of animal creatures, sailors, drinking. I mean, it is a wild time here. So welcome aboard, just in time before the sea shanties. By the way, when we come back from break, we're gonna do a bunch of sea shanties, but we'll save that for now.
First horse, would you be able to man the ship or horse the ship? I want to use the effective term. I don't want to, offend or anything
Look
like
at
that.
me.
Because that is bad. That is.
Look at me.
Yes.
Look at me in my
Yes,
both eyes.
I see you. I see
I know
you.
they're
I
a
see
little
you.
far apart, but
She will once again lean forward so she can look at them
just
in the eye.
Just flip flops between the two eyes, yeah.
Yes, I see these eyes.
Look
They're
at-
very big.
look at me in my both eyes.
Oh, they're so big.
Look at.
They're so
Okay.
big. Yes.
Do you see these?
Uh-huh.
These are my
Wait,
hooves.
wait. Okay. Now she sort of goes and looks
Reeva.
like.
I'm holding them up. I'm holding them up.
Throw
Okay.
hooves.
Kinda. Don't ask
Throw hooves.
how
Yes.
horses can do this. Look at my hooves.
Yes, I see the
What
hooves.
kind of
They're very-
appendages are required for sailing a ship?
Okay. You make a
Hooves.
very valid point. This is why you are first horse.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I
Okay,
did such a
okay,
great job. I should have a raise.
You should. I agree. We will give you a double what we offered.
Now you're making sense. Now you're making sense.
Okay.
What
So,
did we offer?
we didn't offer anything.
Oh.
But they don't. Shh.
Okay.
I have very good hearing.
Damn it.
I hope you know
That's
that.
true.
I hope you know that double of nothing is still nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll hear from my lawyers and we'll work it out next tax season because I will be collecting.
Of course. But no, we have all of the things to take care of you. Like those guys who seem perfectly legitimate in our Dog People contest, they definitely told us that we had treasure to spare. I am not at all worried. Everyone will be taken care of because again, this is not just a pirate ship. It is a family. It is a family.
It's a
Treat your
family.
family. Right?
No.
Vin Diesel.
No,
it's
I
I
don't.
We
hope-
need family.
Any workplace that calls themselves family is a red flag. And I will not
It
be
really
having that
is.
today and or any day.
Okay, I am
Um,
sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
But I just.
It's alright.
This is also
Um,
a learning experience because we have not worked together before, and I respect what you bring to this as first oars. You have so many great ideas. I respect them very highly. Okay.
Now,
But
I mean, without further ado, I think we should see if the coins on the ship aren't ghost coins before we get ahead of ourselves and sail somewhere for free, which we should not do.
Yes.
Free labor isn't any labor that should be given. So,
Agreed. I like to
You
have
like-
the collection of
I
shiny
gesture with
things
my
and
body.
the hat.
Elric, by the way, is there a contract we can sign, like a binding contract that would make sure that should we, embarking on this endeavor will guarantee us some income of some sort?
Why, yes. I've actually been authorized by Ariban Patris, my leader, to give ownership of the Mache Islands over to any who would help us with these issues. And so they give you the contract is actually a deed for a main
Oh,
fishing
shit.
village and its associated exports.
damn.
So equal shares
Okay.
of this.
Huh.
So equal shares of this island. Am I right? Am I right, friends? Like between the
Yeah. Oh, it has
six
to
of
go
us,
to it has to go to one. It has to go to one entity. One.
Has to go to one
pirate
entity.
Well,
one
we
pirate
could-
crew, one unit of
See?
Oh,
We're
one crew?
entity.
yeah.
Yeah, we are one entity. I mean, in the
I would
nitty
like
gritty,
to-
we'll divide it evenly.
And
I'd
what would
like
you
to
call
take
yourselves?
the lead slip.
Oh God.
It's okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, we need to have a name. You're right. We need a name. What could our name be? We
The
are.
Rye Reevas? I don't know.
And the Magnificent Claw! Reevas and the Magnificent Claw! It is a name that will strike fear into the hearts and minds of all who would oppose us, because they would not be able to handle the toll and the claw.
I'm pretty scared writing it right
I-
now. Is this old person just
No.
this old Natasha.
This is a.
Yes,
fuck, man.
I-
Damn.
it's very
That
intense.
weasel
See how
was one.
intimidated they all are. It is that they are so unable to speak. It is terrifying.
Fucking rabies, am I
It's-
right? God.
100% fatality rate. Be scared.
Man, really
Can
hope
we
these
even
people
foam
have
at the
their.
mouth? Only sometimes. We're like, kind of get
No,
that
we
checked
just-
out, and she's like somebody put a seltzer tablet just down her throat, and she's like,
Yeah, I think Reeva's just enthused. She's just a big fan of seltzer.
oh yeah, tummy aches. You know?
Big fan of seltzers.
Mm-hmm.
Her
Yeah.
her tummy hurts, and she's being brave about it.
Mm-hmm.
I am the most
Where's
brave,
my treat?
obviously.
I'm in a brave little girl.
Where's my treat?
I'm in a very
My
brave
dinner,
little
my
girl.
dinner, my dinner.
Oh, dinner, my dinner.
I guess
I-
we should. Sorry, please.
I would like to take the deed. I mean, with my teeth, of course. Like, and I like stuff it in my saddlebag.
It's like such a it's like Animal Crossing sound effect, like bag rustle, like.
I-
Alright. Do we have our plans? Or is our chief talker...
On God.
Wait, Rick?
Sorry, I was just thinking Animal Crossing.
It was a different thing.
Oh,
Different cultures.
That's-
Sorry.
That's how Eric. That's how Elric's. That's how Elric sounds as he basically walks out, and you see him. He's like he waves off, and he sort of walks like into the sea.
What?
About halfway at about at about waist height, this giant mouth opens, and you see this rye whale with a little like tiny
What?
house inside of
The
it,
fuck?
perfectly fine with no issues. He's
Did-
like, "This is my best friend," who also has the same like Animal Crossing voice. My friend would like to voice the whale.
Goodbye.
I've come from very far. We've traveled far and wide.
okay. So I have decided that that one, the nice girl, the one with the hair that looks so fine and fancy, I think that we are going to promote her to Chief Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Okay. You
She
nice
smells
girl.
good.
You, nice smelling girl. You are now Chief Tucker. We have decided to promote you.
What is the job of a chief? What? And
Tucker.
why?
I'm
She's
just
not
good
that
at
talking.
talking, Gilly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she has the hair, and it's very nice. It's very fine. It commands a respect. Not as much respect as this hat and this patch, but you know, we cannot get all it. It's
Of
okay.
course.
Um,
I can't help to compete with a hat and a patch.
Oh yes, of course. But you are so good at what you do that we are recognizing your efforts.
Thank you kindly, Captain.
Scarf is coming
Mhm.
off.
And hopefully they'll lead to a raise as we move along.
Let's go to the-
Ah. Oh, of course. But now, onwards to Levesola.
Oh,
I
boy.
trot over to the ghost ship. I do like a
I
half
just
gallon.
imagine- it's like Reeva is just like dramatically pointing towards the ship, standing on top of guard.
Onwards. Little finger. Onwards.
Yes.
Rin, Rin will just hop on top of Voodoo and be like, "All right, we're going on a boat. We're heading on a ship, buddy. Look at us, traveling, adventuring, seeing the world. Will there be chicken?"
There is chicken. There is a hole of chicken.
Excellent. That is all I needed to know.
Yes, we are quite aware
Voodoo's
that you
such a
have
happy-
Very excited. Voodoo, I've now decided this Voodoo cares about one thing and one thing only, and that's chicken and murder.
That's
Ooh,
two things.
two things.
Darby.
Scares me.
Two things. I can't count. Excuse me. My bee.
Awaiting you are a pod of very, very high class dolphins with amazing robes on. Hey, me and the boys downstairs, we heard from Barley that you might need some help on this pirate adventure, and we have to escort you. So that's what we're here to do. and it's literally just like Suit and Trilby dolphins with like cigarettes and like pufferfish
Mafia
toxin
fish.
flasks.
Is it?
They're like
Is
taking
it?
out.
Are they like cigarettes, or are
Mafia?
they like long cigarettes? How they have them, like,
Cigar.
Does a
in the-
dolphin
in the
smoke a
cigarette holders.
cigarette like this or like this? The
Definitely in the
blowhole.
blowhole. Definitely in the blowhole. Definitely. There's just one of them has like 4 like sticking out. I was like, I'm going hard.
You
Oh,
know, I
that's-
can't.
I was
Really?
I struck
I am
That's
really
not
impressed
healthy.
by these skills. I am so impressed by these skills. These are very impressive dolphins. Gar, do you see how fancy these robes are and the hats? And they have so many hats. How can they balance the hats? It's a mystery.
It's just
Should
it's
I-
the- yeah, like smoky.
Should I get you some of those robes?
Oh, is that an option? Would you do that for me? Oh, my
Of
love.
course I will.
Steal a robe,
Oh.
beat up a mafia dolphin for his robe, and like, hey, give me your robe,
Romance.
give me your clothes.
Hey,
Okay.
Mafia sea dolphin. What's up? You like being naked and accosted for your belongings? I'm sure your pod won't mind.
Yeah. Guys, the guy's just like, hey, you can have my clothes, but after a nice dinner and some drinks, come on.
Bearengaar, you approach one of this, and it's actually Jack's nephew, Jimmy, who is the buffest of all the dolphins.
Oh, no.
He's like, sure, you can have it. And he like puffs up until like he like breaks through it, and it's just like dolphin abs all the
Oh.
way through. He's like,
I
he's
just
like, I'll have.
oh,
I know
Don't
what
worry, I
must
got
be
plenty in the
now.
back. All right, just duel me. I lost
I
my
just
honor
needed
last
a
week,
little
and I need to
piece.
reclaim it. A little piece.
I will duel you, but I just needed a little piece.
He's like, "Ugh, I'm sorry to get in a huff there. I expected more. Well, I mean, there it is, and like the ripped jacket is like, wet little fabrics like floating in front of him. You can just like kind of take it, and that would be that.
Just take the big old paw, just sweep up enough to make some robes out of.
Oh,
Tuck it away for later.
oh Gar,
Excited.
Gar, my
Nice.
love.
I have skills in crafting.
Go back. Oh, yeah. Now I gotta go back and get one. Let's do a quick crafting check. For how elegant this new pirate's outfit apparently will be for
I'm
Reeva,
so excited.
who already has ghost eye patch and hat.
I'm so excited.
Yes, there's so much excitement. That
Oh
is
my
definitely
God,
a pass.
yes.
I was looking at a target number of 11. That 14 passes. How I would say even like you're so far and above, you can create exactly whatever you want it to look like tailored, like down to the centimeter.
Do I have, because that's doubles, can I throw, what is it called? I know the rules. A stunt on it.
Yes, so you could use any exploration or roleplay stunt. They all do like different things. So if you had one in mind to achieve some sort of effect without rolling, please go ahead.
I don't know if it's on there, but I just want it to be like as intimidating as possible.
Okay.
Like it has a little skull on it.
Little yar,
It's a
little
skull
pirate
on the back.
pirate weasel outfit. You get this add world's end type like outfit. And it's perfectly
like
sized towards Reeva.
It's always blowing in the wind, even if there's no wind.
That's the magic. Yeah, that's the magical effect. Always sea breeze on.
Yes. Oh,
So
God,
Bearengaar's made
God.
an Arcana item. Actually, this is a magic item.
God, you are an artist. Oh, I have never felt so fine. I have never felt so draped in your love. Oh, God. And like she like swirls around on, on his head more.
Oh, that's very
Just
sweet.
so excited.
Gilly, I
Well,
thought
you
we were
said you
bros.
wanted a robe, so I got
Yeah,
you a robe.
odd.
Oh God, crew! Look at this magnificent work of art. And like she
Can we
stands
please?
dramatically.
Can we please go on the ship?
Let's
Yes,
get on the
after
ship.
the appropriate admiration period has passed.
We
Ben would
admire
like to
you
walk
while
towards the
on
ship.
the ship. Yeah. What if we two birds with one stone? We do this on the ship and we maximize admiration time. Right?
Oh, that's true. It would be far more captivating if we were at the bow of the ship and then we were looking out over the sea.
Exactly.
Okay,
Very
okay.
captain baiting.
Ah,
You see,
yes. All right.
you see, as soon as you're about to go on, last thing that happens is that you see a beautiful horse run along the beach towards you. Very strong, with abs, golden mane, seemingly with gloves, who comes up closer to you and, salt water covered, flips the mane over. Hello, I am Steward Honsei.
Shut up.
Hansi, I will be with you the rest of this journey.
Fucking-
I am surprised to see so many rye creatures. Yes,
Yes.
horses sail. This is
Yes.
thank you. Okay, like
But you
I
should
want
be
to see
aware
companions.
that the positions of first and second horse are already taken.
Oh,
Mhm.
please! I would never assume to take position of first horse. I know that's reserved for the crew. I merely
Yes.
wish to be a good steward. Or my name isn't Hansi.
Welcome aboard, Huxley.
The horse gets on two legs and just walks over to the beach and then starts to swim with one hoof at a time. Very strong. Gets on the boat, glistening, no clothes, apart from speedos around his groin area.
Oh,
So
Can
my
we
God.
show
Oh
chat
my.
what you're referencing? Is there a way we can pull up Roll 20 right now?
that I
Oh.
think everyone would appreciate it.
if,
Yeah, I
if
think everyone's
possible,
very much so.
if possible, on roll 20
I love it.
on our launch page here, we have Hansi. There he is. Center
Yeah!
point. This is Hansi. Hansi.
You know-
Glistening. I mean, ready to serve the pirate animals' wishes in whatever way he can.
He's
Oh
not.
my
He's
God.
not such a naysayer. He's ready to saddle up and do whatever.
he's
very
He's the glue
spur of the moment.
that holds people together. Yeah.
Stop! No.
think-
It's an awful joke. Hanse, nothing will happen to you. I swear to God.
I think that's one of the first times I've seen a rye horse do that, and simultaneously impressive and terrifying. Let's get on the boat. Yeah, let's get on the boat.
Yes, yes.
Before I change my mind.
On the boat.
We are all aboard.
At this
Rule
point,
winks at
we will take
Hanse.
a 15-minute break. From our time purely at the tavern and getting to the boat, and then we will return back with what's going on in the Pirate Isles as we get closer to the island of Mache and the Dark Isle. So, see you all in just 15 minutes. It
Only
does
doesn't work for
Hey
all.
everybody, welcome back to our second half of Blue Rose on the Pirate Isles, or it seems to be Fear and Loathing in the Pirate Isles, as it has been quite a horse-fueled fever dream so far. Recently, if we could get the Roll20 cam back on, the beautiful Hanse has declared his desire to assist our crew in their pirating and sailing of their new ship, wearing a speedo and with beautiful abs, very strong
It's a tangerine
knees.
speedo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
It's the
perfect.
talk of the
Yes,
town.
man.
Hanse has always been deeply loved, and it's happening now again. We have arrived close to the island of Mache. Now, out of character, real quick, just want to. It seems like we were leaning as a party towards a dark isle. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's fine, right? We can go right to. So we pass Mache on like sort of the northeastern side of this like island chain, and we follow it, curving westward and southwards, eventually until we get to this large island with dark skies, stormy seas, and a generally more unpleasant time. Um, right now, it's a moment of calm to discuss what you see in front of you. Ghostly lights apparating and disappearing as far as they appear, or as fast as they appear. Dashing along the cliffside of this particular island, there seems to be rituals or chanting on the air, in the wind, that you can kind of pick up both by your ear and even by smell. You smell sort of acrid, like sulfur reek from towards the center of the island. You associate this with sorcery or corruption magic, the precise thing that's been affecting the negative of the world and all the shadow gates that have been opening with demons. It's been this same energy. You don't know what's on this place, but you do know that it is corruption based in some regard or another. There's a giant sign in common tongue saying Island 3, as if to denote a station, and that there are actually more. So that's what you see upon kind of as soon as you catch land of it. Who would be in the bird's eye view? Looking Bearengaar.
Right here.
Cute.
Bearengaar, you'd be in the bird's eye.
I'm just getting my bearings.
Yes.
With again,
Yes.
Reeva posed dramatically, like her wonderful new outfit, flapping majestically behind her as she looks out into the ocean. Look at how cool
Titanic.
I'm so
Yeah, yeah.
fucking cool right now.
Tifos in the world continue the theme.
Oh,
And,
Two little claws.
oh yay! Yes, yes, yes.
Never let go, Bearengaar.
God, I am flying. God, I feel like I'm flying right now.
yeah, it's anime intro where the the superposition of Bearengaar's image is hugging Reeva's image. Yeah.
Inuyasha at 3 a.m.
Crossfading in
It's-
across each other.
Yeah. It's exactly what I pictured. The sea has done things to our crew. It seems like being out. By the way, everybody's original question as to whether or not the gold and the chicken on board were real. They are real, but they're like ectoplasm formed. So the gold is about half as it's worth half as much in raw materials as it's supposed to be worth, and however it comes with the ship. As for the chicken is edible, but it's just straight up like ghost goo. So it's like, I think probably the closest thing to it is a sort of like saucy jello, is probably the best way to
Zero.
describe it. So
Ugh.
0 cares given. Boodle spends like, if no one else is like, we as a crew should consume this, Voodle is down there almost 24/7 just
Voodoo's definitely being paid in chicken.
Voodle's
There's some
Voodle's just
ASMR
happy to
below
be
deck.
here.
Voodle's living his best isekai life, after a cruel end, maybe in a past life, eating literal mountains of chicken, and seeing happy skies, even when it's dark out.
Yeah.
So, at this point, so that's what's going on with the food and the money. As you get closer, let's do at least a series of sort of sailing checks as the storm finally starts to pick up and threatens to, crash your ship into the rocky side. There seems to be a sort of dilapidated port. It seems to be made of metal. You've never really seen a metal structure welded this way, as you really can't imagine what would have been hot enough to fuse these things together. There also seems to be these poles with crystals in the middle that don't seem to be activating. Right. And,
Should I crawl into the coffin now, Captain? So that we might.
yeah, everybody should
Yes.
describe something that they're doing to support the ship, and then kind of let's do a group roll and see if that combined number beats the target
Okay.
number that I had set.
So we are trying to steer the ship in successfully to where
Yep.
we need to go, right? Okay, cool.
Yep, trying to dock and get off and figure out what's going on with this island.
So Reeva is probably doing like using the captain's wheel like a hamster wheel to make sure that it's going in the right direction and everything.
We actually got it. We got it custom refitted to be just like a hamster wheel that you can run in.
Yeah. Then she's just like,
Accommodate
"I
for
got this!"
weasel size.
Yeah.
5 degrees starboard.
And she's just, yes, I will join you post haste. I am very speedy.
Bearengaar's working the sails. Definitely.
Sails. So you're kind of heaving down, putting your immense bear weight on hoisting these in the correct way. Done. Ben, Gilly, Rin.
What else do people
Voodle?
do on ships?
I would also like to assist with the sails because it's usually a couple person job. So I'm like tying the knots, like with my mouth, and securing ley lines and things like that, and just making sure as first force everyone is staying safe and doing their jobs correctly as well. Like the posture, da-da-da. If you have
See,
time to
super
lean, you have
important.
time to clean. Yeah.
Super important.
And that's what Ben is doing.
Oh,
Being
man.
helpful.
Oh.
Supervising.
I just imagine Ben specifically saying that to Gilly, because Gilly is second horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't discriminate, but
Yeah.
I make sure everyone is
direct
doing their
subordinate.
best.
Help in some way? I don't know what else there is to do on a ship besides steer and handle the sails.
I give her
let's-
a mop and a bucket.
Dang.
You know what? I
Dang.
think I'm just gonna crawl into the coffin right now. And just, Rin's just
That's
like, I'm
true.
gonna prepare
Damn.
for being a corpse.
Yes.
I'm gonna go pretend to be a corpse. Mhm.
Well,
All
yes,
right.
you have
cool.
to prepare yourself for me to be your hat.
Oh,
That is a very hard
Yep.
job.
Mm-hmm.
just gonna go sharpen my spear, I guess. Have fun.
Maybe Gilly could magic to like get the wind in our sails in the right place?
Let me see what magic I have. Give me just a minute. Because I don't think he actually has anything to do with wind in his magic arsenal. So... Actually, no, I made the character. I can remember. Yeah, he doesn't have anything to do with wind in his magic arsenal. His only shaping spells he has are fire and cold shaping. So...
Let's
kind
not
of useless in
set
that
the ship
regard.
on fire.
Yeah. He could use, like, fire shaping to try and, like, make hot air,
Ooh.
but that's probably not smart, so...
The ship is made of fire. You're
So?
fine.
Flying
Oh, I mean,
ship.
Well-
but what are the but what are the sails made of? I assume the normal fabric.
Sail?
It's not like they're made of stone or something like that.
No, it's a sort of like of weave. It almost feels like a lava ash melt, almost like charcoal scrub, but in kind of a net, able to catch wind.
So what you're saying is I could maybe do fire shaping to help.
Fire shaping would be great. You could also use cold shaping to kind of Silver Surfer, create ice walls to slide you towards the island. I'm okay with any of these.
Yo.
Yeah, sure. Let's do the fire shaping thing. Why not?
You get in the back and you.
Pretty much. Yeah.
What's the worst that
as
could
you,
happen?
it pushes it as fast as you would expect. This ship is going triple what it normally would. It is made of. It's kind of like a meteor, is like beaming like straight for this pier, but it's going well. Let's all roll and see what we get.
Okay. I'm guessing
Um,
I'm rolling dexterity.
Yeah, whichever you honestly, whatever you'd like to do. Sailing is usually supposed to be like intelligence sailing or dexterity sailing, but you know, if anything that would be more appropriate or a focus that'd be more appropriate, please do. Hansei is gonna say a small prayer to the seven for Rin, whom he believes is going into the casket and will never be heard from again. Rin,
Oh no!
I'll take care of Voodle for you. I know that it seems like you lost Voodle once, but Voodle won't lose anybody ever again, I promise you. And Hansei
Oh my god.
So,
Who
if I
lifts his
get-
mane.
He looks
If I get
perfect
two-
despite it like raging storm outside.
It
Well,
makes him look
Voodle's just like,
sexier for
right?
some reason.
Yeah.
Stunts would be
Voodle's
ideal
eating
here.
chicken on
Yeah.
the bow.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
I definitely want
Crying
Reeva
chicken.
to do some cool maneuver where she like gets like caught up in it for a second and like seems to like flip over, but then like does this really cool thing where, you know, she sort of like stretches herself across and it stops and then, you know, so that way it's right on the right course again. I don't know if that's
Tangled.
anything I could do or
Pull in your whole body, please. That
Yeah.
I'd love that.
yeah.
Would I be
It's
rolling
spirit,
with
spirit.
intelligence since I'm using magic, or is that willpower? I can't remember which. I think it's either
It's a
or,
willpower.
depending on the situation.
Yeah, it is depending on the spell.
Okay,
but
so-
I'll take a will if for this one.
They're the same for me, so. Ooh boy.
It's still a group one, so
Yeah.
That hail hydrate almost
I-
killed me.
And Rin, I think Rin's the only one that I haven't seen yet, maybe? Or was that the
Oh,
one that
'cause-
says 15?
am
Yeah.
I able to
Oh.
roll given that I'm just sitting in a coffin?
In the casket? Ah, that
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not. So that's fine.
Rin's just trying to lose her lunch. She's just like
Okay.
I will
Bring in the
use
bare
the
minimum.
resources at hand stunt so that way I can have the sailing focus.
Okay, so then that puts you actually at an even 50. 50 beating
Yeah.
the target number of 40 that I had set up. Hoping that at least everybody got around 10, but some of us blew past that. So the ones who did, more than good enough. You make it right towards the dock, but unfortunately you're not able to kind of slow the ship down in time. It almost like a can opener shreds through this dock in half, and like cuts this welded pier wide open. Now the ship is in perfect condition. So are you. Hansi's like, and we've arrived. Hops off. Lets out a little like carpet for everybody.
I'm sorry, our ship cut the metal dock in half?
Yeah. The obsidian demon
Yeah.
fire rock cut straight through the welded metal weird tech that you're not familiar with.
Seems about
This
right.
ship is lit.
So Reeva gets out of the out of the steering wheel and seems to kind of be like, "Whoa, it's the gravity is not quite working right now. I don't know. Oh God, roll." And she kind of like, sort of drunkenly stumbles over to where the coffin is, and then noodle flattens herself into it.
Just like cracks it
Oh,
open.
dear.
It's like, okay.
I tail after Hanse. I'm like, a gentleman. And I like trot by him as we're going up to the island.
Should I
Hansi
carry
blushes
the
a bit.
coffin?
I think
I'm gonna
somebody
carry
should,
the
yes. Yeah. I'm not necessarily the strong
Onward,
type, otherwise I
Gar!
Gilly, you wouldn't just inside the coffin here. Gilly, you wouldn't carry my coffin if I died? That's kind of messed up.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
Gar
what
would,
you're
look
saying.
at how willing Gar is. I'm just saying, like this is why you're the
Gilly,
greatest
do you
man.
want to carry the coffin?
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
my beloved won't
I'm not-
carry my own coffin when I die.
Oh my god.
God, I'm being
Reeva-
gaslit. And he'll
Reeva will
he'll help like
soothingly swirl on top of Rin's head, like, don't worry, it is okay. You have a lovely hat right now.
It's great.
And
I'm just
Can we
Just
carry
sort
him
of like-
out like the coffin dance?
yeah,
meme?
he'll help.
So you stand on the high point of your ship and look to shore. You see, you hear machinery humming behind high metal walls. Then on the hill, visible outlines of warehouses and a spire. There's a steepled building. No cross marks the top of it, but it's definitely the landmark. And you kind of walk straight through the center, and here comes this dancing funeral party of pirate animals, holding a coffin after blowing up the pier.
It's fine.
It can't even be even, too, because you've got 2 rye horses,
Oh,
a rye
God.
bear, and a human. It's like...
Just vibe with
Not
it, babe.
respectful.
Definitely hanging in the air.
You just hear, like, slamming as, like...
I'm laughing. Yeah, like not respectful at
being
all. I'm
slammed
laughing
side to
too
side.
hard. You finally get there, and this sort of masked figure in formal clothing, finely stitched, similar to a noble's, but completely unlike anything you've seen so far. Kind of opens like an eye slit and is like, casket, tombstone.
You have a casket. It's this thing here.
Okay. Security cams caught you being kind of weird.
Shit.
How are we weird?
I don't know. Are you okay? You know, because we heard there's some recent plague around here. We're not trying to open our parts to anybody who, you know. I don't know, we just don't want, we don't want any involvement with that. Okay, we're scared.
Fine.
May I roll for like communication, to like convince them that it was fine and it's just part of our customs, you know? And then use one of my dice re-rolls as well.
Yes.
For like
you're
extra
more than welcome
luck.
to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
you're more than
roll the
welcome to
first
roll for
time.
that. Mhm.
Did it? Oh, sorry, I rolled twice. Oh yeah, I was supposed to roll twice.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that worked out. Okay, cool.
10 is what was needed here. And you do convince them of their logistics. You're like, oh, of course.
Fine.
Procedure. It was on the manifest. I'm sorry. I don't know how I didn't see your manifest come in earlier. Yeah, you know, usually when we get visitors, people treat us as strange. They say that we possess heretical technology and magic that they don't really comprehend. But, you know, I'm happy to see that somebody understands the delivery of goods as much as you do. And I'm sorry, what was your name?
Sven.
Great. Clearly there's a person inside of you, right?
Insert horse winning.
You ate a person?
Can I use another communication roll with the dice advantage to take our coffin?
Yeah, sorry, I won't inquire about that further. We just don't get many visitors from the Weald around these parts. Yeah, of course. You can slide it on through right there. And like this wall opens up and it's just like a giant trash chute.
So put it in there.
Yep, right in there. Just drop it in and it'll slide down.
Okay.
I would like to
dude.
use. I would like to use my psychic contact spell. To communicate with Rin and just be like mentally and just be like, they're literally going to throw you away.
What's the point? Is this psychically recommunicated?
It's psychic, yeah. You
I-
can communicate back.
Yeah.
What? Then why are they wanting bodies? What the hell? If they're gonna put them in a trash pile? Can we just... What do we do? Do you want me to go into the trash pool? The trash hole?
No, of course I
Into the hole. Should I go into the trash hole? Should we just go into the trash hole and then explore and then come back out?
I mean, here's the thing, we could just... I don't know, we could just... I mean, I know certain magic's like, if we found another body, I could just make it look like you and we throw it in. I think
It's too late. I think we committed to the pit. I think we gotta... Unless you're gonna fight him right now, we gotta...
Why is your head shaking? Why is your head shaking?
Right.
It is
She's like whispering. Oh my.
Okay,
We might be taking a ride.
Okay. Because then
Should I
we have a...
dump them out first, or just push all of it in the hole?
Yeah, we take the casket too, right? We never know what we're gonna find in there. So you can just dump it all in.
Oh no.
Oh no, bro. Has anyone died on stream yet?
Ground control, it's Major Tom.
Just start pushing the coffin down to the trash chute.
Bye.
Bye.
Like, I stick my claw, like, open it just a hair, like, giving Reeva enough room to scamper out if she wanted to.
No, she will not abandon her crewmate, the Vestaker. Like, we are a crew. We are about loyalty. El Capitan stands by her crew.
Loyalty. Push.
As you
Rin's
slide
just
down.
gonna hold. Rin's just gonna hold Reeva real close, like the spear. I
She's
imagine
very
taped
soft.
to the side of the coffin, and it's just
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just
yeah,
gonna
to
like,
prevent
okay, we're just gonna
moving.
protect this one.
She's very
You hold
soft.
on tight. You hold on tight as you
And-
slide down this
you know,
extremely
just-
like dark tunnel. Skitter as you're slamming against like these like essentially metal caverns until you end up at the end. You see this army of constructs picking at these caskets, opening them, closing them, taking out what they need and putting it back. They seem to be distilling whatever's inside in a sort of these like glass tubes filled with purple liquid, stemming into some sort of large like tank in the center of the room. They're basically draining whatever life essence is inside of these caskets. As I said, there was an acrid and a sulfurous smell off in the distance. It was very industrial and it reeked of corruption. Clearly, they're being used for some sort of corruption ritual. You're down there.
Now,
Nobody else is with you. Up above. All right, thanks. Here's your 1,000 gold. Have a nice day. And then I slate closes.
okay.
Is the trash
okay.
chute still open?
Yeah.
I don't think that you've closed it. You just dropped it in.
Gilly just looks at the trash chute.
Do we
Yeah,
still have a
yeah.
mental connection?
Reed, I have a plan.
He's just
I
like,
have a plan.
he's just
You
like,
do, you
oh,
do.
fuck.
have
But
the mental
it's
connection.
distraction.
We still have the mental connection. It's so
Actually, I would
gross
say everybody
down here.
does, because the rest of you
Oh,
are
we're
also Ryanimals, so
Ryanimals.
you all just have like,
Yeah.
you radio,
Telepathy.
fantasy radio.
Wah, 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 wah,
It
wah,
is-
wah, wah.
Yeah.
It is disgusting down here. They're definitely doing something with these dead bodies. We're gonna
No.
try and hide, I guess, Reeva?
Okay,
We're gonna
okay.
try and hide, right? We're gonna try and hide somewhere.
Smells
while they
hide.
get
sour,
here.
like
I
funky.
can cause a distraction because I am small and I will break a thing in the machine and then they will be distracted.
Okay, you know what? That sounds good. Try and break the machine. I'm gonna try and find us an exit from here.
Okay,
So-
okay.
Okay. But we're
So-
communicating all of this back to the rest of the party.
So
Should
so
we
Reeva's
come
going
down?
to do the ferret noodle thing of like basically like again there's that like little tiny crack and just because her head can fit it's just whoop, like liquid. And she's going to try to like sneak around and basically in the conveyor belt area of this contraption try to stealthily pull out like a gear or something so that way it will all break and come collapsing.
Holy
Rin is gonna
shit,
hide.
that's awesome. Let's do it. Okay, so the
Okay.
Reeva, the ghost captain that destroyed it. I am very happy with that initial move. Okay, so let's do that. If you wanted to use an appropriate stunt, that's fine. If not, you can just do a roll and then use a re-roll if you wanted to and roll twice.
Okay.
Kind of preemptively,
Is there
like
a good
Ben did
stunt
earlier.
to use?
I would say that this one would probably be a role-playing stunt. Let me take a quick look at them. In the meantime, is everybody wondering whether they should jump down or not?
Oh, Ben already.
Yeah, Ben's already jumped.
As soon as Ben
Yeet.
goes, Gilly's just like, yep, we're doing this, okay.
Boodle.
And
Boodle is gonna grab
like-
Gil and throw Gil in.
no shit.
Like a lance.
Lance Horsey.
See you later,
Horsey.
okay,
Boodle
boy.
fall after.
Horsey
Oh.
Yeah, what's up?
jumps
Let's see.
right behind Ben, and is like, I can't leave Ben behind. I'm sorry, everyone. I jumps in.
How
So that's
passionate inspiration.
She just wants to look
yeah.
But as we're sliding down the trash chute.
Oh my god.
You
What?
slow down.
Like
and he's
my
like, oh, I'm
butt.
sorry. I seem to have fallen into your butt.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Whatever
bro.
shall we do?
Nope, nope.
Horsey
It's okay,
blushes.
bro.
Knee. And
I give the equivalent of like a shoulder, like, you know, but with my hooves.
yeah. Do not worry. He gives you one in response. Passion inspiration would be perfect. Let's do that roll to literally bring down the factory.
Let's go.
What is?
Remember, you
do
have
I
those
just
dice
roll-
too.
What dice?
Whatever you thought was
Success.
appropriate here.
Oh,
If you had a focus that was appropriate, I'd be happy with that. But if not,
you did
I'd
not
probably say it'd be
give
something.
me focuses.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, there are. I
That's
think
okay.
the one for. Actually, I think.
I imagine it'd be like
have-
stealth or something.
So I mean, yeah. Let's do stealth dexterity then here.
Okay.
So that'd be 2 from
Uh,
the stealth.
Okay. So,
Your
then I just roll 7d6.
Yep. Oh, 70. Yeah. Because you're doing it twice.
And I got doubles. A lot.
Nice.
Okay.
You got some stun points off that, which is good. This is definitely. Let's see. Let's take your top 3 here. Sufficient. You're able to find a sort of like a flaw in the structure down below, and you're able to, like you said, you're just supposed to like decouple it, so it all starts
Yeah.
crashing down. This island is actually has like a giant pit inside of it, and they kind of created the structure above the pit to draw upon the sorceric energies beneath the structure. So it just sort of the bottom half starts to collapse down into the pit, and everything starts to shift down. Anybody who's still above at this point is seeing these like metal walls just fall, like they're just falling into the ground.
Hey,
And
did
the
Rick
others have
find
to
an
escape
exit?
upwards. Yeah, that's what I'm. You have to escape upwards to get out of there. Did you roll already for that, or were we using something else
Nope.
for that?
I was gonna, you know what? I've got one of those insta successes, right?
Yep.
Like,
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
you know, while this is happening, Rin is like sneaking around and going like, where is an exit that we can all leave from? Like, I would love
It's
to
like
use,
100
I would
doors
love
look
to-
exactly the same. Yeah, they look exactly the
Insta
same, but you
success.
happen to after. Yeah, on your second door, it's like the right one. You know, you just like barely put any effort into it, and you find it. And it's like clearly labeled like upwards with a staircase. You can, Reeva is already up in the rafters, but Horsey and Ben is quick on your tail.
As we're all coming down, the factory is collapsing. This is great.
Yeah.
I have caused the destruction!
Oh,
Bruh.
what did you do, Reeva?
There was all these evil things, and I saw a thing, and I was like, oh, but what if that thing was not there? And then I moved it, and now it is all collapsing upon itself, and now the evil thing will be no more. And now they're very distracted. They don't even notice that we are here.
I think you've
Yeah, I think
very
they're
much
considering
given
other
them
things.
notice now.
Yeah.
They'll never see us coming. Well,
Don't be
Horsey,
suspicious.
Ben, what are you up to approaching Rin and this exit? You kind of, I imagine, see Rin. Excuse me, go to the exit.
Sorry. Rin's
Are
like,
you escaping as well?
exit this way.
Yeah, I'm fucking leaving. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Vamoose.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm galloping, bro. I like.
slow
I'm gonna
down,
pick
Ben.
I
look at
just
him.
see like as Ben like gallops by, like Reeva jumps from the rafters like Batman, like flying.
Sugar
Ben-
glider
Land
right
on-
on top.
Ben
Land on
screams, but lets it happen.
It continues on.
Ah, that's very. Now I will be your
It's so fucking terrifying.
Yes,
I
I'm
think
ready.
Voodle.
Oh, go ahead.
I
Tell
think Voodle jumped down after he threw Gil down the chute, and so
No.
Rin's just gonna get onto Voodle and grab Gil and hoist him onto Voodle and like get out of here.
No, you're coming too.
Wait, where is my guard?
I'm on the horse. I'm on Voodle.
Right.
We're all on Voodle.
And
All of us.
I guess since Gilly's in the bag, he just like, because this factory is collapsing just very like tightly around Rhydan's waist, just go. This is scary. Help!
Right.
Help!
We've been meaning
Yeah.
to get you on Voodle. It's great. Voodle, yeah. Like just like let's go.
But where is my guard?
And you just
Where is my
hear
beloved?
screaming.
Guard
Screaming kicks
took the
in.
money
Bearengaar.
and just walked back to the ship.
Oh my god.
The smartest.
Thank
the
you.
Smartest.
Absolute
Smart.
legend.
The money
The-
is safe.
in the-
Priorities.
In the
Yeah.
end, the bear had the one brain cell of the party.
As it turns
Love
out,
them.
none
We
of
love
us
the
had
bear.
it.
Bearengaar grabs
Bare
the gold.
necessities. Money and brain cells.
And life and like the sea with all the fish you could eat, chilling at the ship as everybody tries to escape. At this point, we're going to have to dodge several sorcerers of evil origin, as well as the actual metal structures to try and get out at this point.
Dabby time?
First off, everyone instantly, crashes through the door, and you see like two cultists chanting and performing rituals, trying to pack up their gear, as basically everything started collapsing. They're almost in free fall now. They can hear the scraping. They're trying to get up and get out of here, going up as soon as possible. What do we do? And we'll go in order of initiative at this point. So I'm going to make it easier for what to do next. So Reeva.
Okay. So.
Two
we are
cultists
trying.
backing up and trying to get
So
out.
she is on top of Ben. So I would like to. Is it? I don't have it on the sheet. But would it be possible, for her to take like tiny little rogue knives from her tiny little bag and throw them into the eyes of the cultists, so that way, they would have less accuracy in hitting Ben?
Quick incapacitating attacks with an intent on escaping afterwards. Ideal. So we can just do 2 attacks. I marked down claws on the sheet. You can just roll 2 claw
Yes.
attacks. Well, I mean,
Okay.
you did say you were gonna claw people. So I mean, if you wanted to use
Yes,
rogue
with my
knives,
claw.
or you want to claw them, that's both are equal.
Oh my god, that would be funny! Okay, yeah, so that's what's gonna happen instead, is like, as Ben is like, galloping, Reeva launches herself onto the face of a cultist and is like, yeah!
Definitely higher than the 7 that this person had. So this cultist,
Yeah!
mature channel, everybody, content warning, violence, does get, his face clawed
And then
pretty well.
With that stunt, she's going to launch herself at the other one.
We'll take another. We'll take another one. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately,
Oh my
a lot
fucking
more
god.
than a lot more than the
My
eyes for this one.
magnificent claw!
Oh,
He doesn't have skin. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Reeva.
It's definitely
Bro.
worse.
His teeth.
A horror.
Please.
A horrid scene of people essentially screaming as the way is clear. Next
And
floor.
she jumps back onto Ben.
Everybody
Never
goes
doubt
to
the
the top.
veracity of my claw.
At this point, you're at the kind of the local scriptorium. This seems to be a record and catalog room of every transaction ever done here, of who's been, transformed into this energy, what rituals have been performed at what time. They seem to be selling this information to somebody. So it either seems to be worth money, but it might be, too evil to have in any particular person's hand. Ben.
I'm gonna take some of those and put them in my saddle pouches. If
Just
I
gonna
may,
steal
just
a bunch of these papers.
yeah, I'm stealing
yes.
as much will like fit in my little saddlebags.
There's like this
because,
huge lectern. There's this huge lectern of like glorious, names. It's like the ledger, right? Weirdly, Ben is turning out to be a logistician who, faked the manifest report at the beginning and is now like, wow, I really need these other ledgers, these other trade reports for my records.
Yeah.
So you take as many of you as you can. You take about 20. Each one is worth about 250 gold.
Sick.
This is why.
And I leave.
This is why you are first horse.
Next up, next room, you see kind of the main central tank for the storage of all the converted life essence into raw corruption reagents in kind of one tank. It is, in other words, a philosopher's stone level sacrifice pile. With it is quite horrible. Rin.
There's, sorry, sacrifice pile, you said?
Yeah. The tank where they're holding all of the life essence that they were melting these people in the caskets down to. It's being collected on this floor. You can break it, or you can take it. You can take a large amount of it for yourself, again to sell, or for some other nefarious reason.
Oh, absolutely not. Rin, as we're
You know
riding
what?
by, is just gonna take the butt end of her spear and just, as Voodoo runs by, ram it in as hard as she can to crack it, and then crack it and drag it, and then just pop out as much of the glass as she can and just send it spilling.
Auto success or a roll?
If I fail the roll, can I use my auto success afterward?
Hell yeah. Yes.
All right, yeah. Let's see what fate has decided for me. What do I roll?
A normal attack would be fine with your spear.
Ooh,
You hit it with the butt.
7.
Sorry,
Okay.
it
Do I
it
add
is going
strength
to be a
or
fail.
dexterity to it, or is it just?
Oh,
I don't know if there's
yeah,
anything added to
you
it.
should add dex to it if you can.
Then it is a 11.
Okay, beats the 10 that I had in mind. You crack the entire bottom half of it open, and it all spills out. It continues to slide down the entire structure, but with this broken, nobody can take it or absorb it, for one last, and then transport it somewhere else prior to its falling. Next up, Gilly. You see the sort of you're getting towards the end here now, and you see the sort of transport hub. Everybody's trying to leave in what seems to be small metal boats that seem to seal and then float in water up to the shore.
Oh. I mean...
Everybody's scrambling. You can ignore them, of course, or you can kind of prevent some of these bastards from getting away.
Sure. What do I have at my disposal? 'Cause I was not expecting... Hold on. Let me look at my spells again. Uh-huh. Yup. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I don't have a ton of options. I don't really have anything that can... These are metal boats, so I can't really set them on fire.
I will say that the structures around them So you can't hurt the boats, but the actual pathways
Right.
people need to get to are made of metal. If you were to use fire shaping on some of the lanterns around here, you could conceivably block their pathway, and
Ooh.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
make a lot of these people take a dive.
I mean, they're cultists. Yeah. Sure. Let's set these bridges on fire. Why not?
Screaming hordes of survivors like, oh, we're gonna make it, everybody. Thank the seven that we actually prepared like an escape plan that we really. Suddenly, this like fucking group of mages and animals burst through the doors and just light the bridge on fire, and completely prevent them from getting to their one and only lifeboats.
They're like, what the fuck,
they
man?
start freaking out.
This is my first day. I just completed orientation.
Either first
My
day or
family.
last day on the job. Many of
some
them.
some of them are only a
it's
couple
both.
days from retirement.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
His last day on the job. Yeah, either it's your first shift or it's your last shift. But it seems like it's only comprised of people in one of those two groups.
Oh, man.
It
I mean,
seems like in
last shift.
in time, the bridge unfortunately prevents anybody from escaping, and the only way up at this point is the actual water itself. Next up, and lastly here, Bearengaar. You finally see the majority of the structure has fallen into this like abyssal pit, with only the top layer of it being water that you can actually see in light. You do see some gurgles or some activity at the surface, but you're not sure who it is or what's happening. It's kind of on you to figure out who they are or try to rescue them, or assist in that process. So it seems like they've made it to the top. You're chilling at the ship with the gold. You see some bubbles. What do you do?
Can I, in my giant bear form, start pushing the ship back out to the water and try and, like, get it over there?
Into the island?
Towards where the bubbles are.
Yeah, so it's sort of like, I should say it's like a circular rock cliff-faced island with a pit in the center that's not connected to the actual sea. The only way you'd be able to do that, I don't know. You'd have to fly the boat into the pit, which, if you could, I don't know. Yeah, like...
Is there anyone else still around, or they just all flee?
I don't know about fleeing, but there's nobody. There's so far you've seen nobody else disappear. It seems like they were all trying to get into these ships prior.
Just gonna lean over,
Nobody's come up.
dunk my big old bear face down, and see if I can see any friends.
You're salmon fishing. All right, let's go friend fishing.
Salmon fishing
Try
for
to pull up
friends.
somebody. And that would be
I have might.
strength. Yeah, I'd say might is a great focus, and strength would be a great ability to use. Okay, super good, right? You're able to pull out 3 of them. Reeva, Rin, Gilly. Voodle, Ben, and Hansi are still down there. 3 bears. 3 horses. Unfortunately,
Oh.
a little too heavy to grab.
God did not gift them with things to swim with. Good.
So Reeva definitely pounces up there of his arm and back firmly onto Gar's head, and it's just like, oh, thank you.
Where's the rest
love
of
it.
them?
They're still down there. Do we have rope real quick? Like a ladder?
Whoa, wait, you have your spear. It is long and I think that you can point and they can grab.
I more meant tie the rope around me, because I'm gonna go dive back in for them.
I'll hold on to your feet.
Rope, yes. Alright, cool.
Okay. Reeva bounds, grabs the rope, and then it's just like, yeah.
Reeva throws it off with this intimidating pirate clothes. Bearengaar goes down holding Rin, is going back down in there, or like holding onto the rope that Rin is attached to, and trying to make sure that everybody can get back up. Horsey looks at Voodle and says, Hansei's like, listen. Hansei says, please, stand atop my back. Voodle, I can see that somewhere there was pain in your life. You have to go first. But as soon as you're safe, turns to Ben. The love I never knew needs to get away before I do.
Oh.
Hansei.
Oh.
Hansei, I can't leave you now.
Go first, then try for me. Just put
Okay.
yourself above me. Give me this
Wait.
this one chance.
Wait, so they're all down in the water, right?
Yes.
I would like to use cold shaping
Fuck
to
yes.
sort of like freeze the water below them so they have something to stand on.
Hansei
Yeah?
appears, on four legs with you, closer than you thought. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. We seem to be a little safer. Maybe I was just stressed. His abs glistening in the water. I'm sorry.
Did you not mean everything that you just said?
I could never lie to you.
Oh, I'm gonna kiss him on the snoot with my snoot. I don't know
Yes,
how horses
I was-
kiss, but
I was about to be like horse kiss also. So I was like, you, for once, you read my mind even without psychic contact.
Do you want to be married? Because I am El Capitan, and we are on a pirate ship,
Right now.
and this is a thing that we can do.
we're ignoring him
Marriage
kissing.
on the collapsing island.
Well,
Meanwhile,
no,
Rin is like,
our
oh, God,
beloved
don't die,
ship.
don't die.
This disaster piece happens as this, like, you see like explosions coming out of the metal structure, like in the water, sinking as
Romantic.
as whatever was down there can't take being underwater and finally like bursts open. As this happens and the earth is shaking around you, you kiss snoot to snoot as Hansei finally feels whole again for the first time in 20 years. Since the loss of his original polycule, his original constellation. Please, take me home so I can enjoy this. It won't be real until we get paid time off.
Ben solemnly and looking at him romantically goes, hmm. And then we, gallop out of there.
You're like carried up this like rope thing with Rin holding on to you, tying this like harness around you, and like being like
I'm just
raptor
dangling.
lifted above. Yep, just dangling. Out of the ship.
I'm keeping eye contact with Jose.
Hansei uses two small harnesses for his two front legs, again to expose abs, as he dangles
Good.
vertically. Yeah, it dangles vertically going towards
How
the
come
boat.
he gets
until-
to dangle sexy?
He doesn't get to, it just naturally happens.
It actually, it is a byproduct of
It just
Hansei
happens that way.
existing.
It's a law of
Yeah.
the universe that it just like
This
yeah.
Baywatch moment. Everybody
Oh,
is
no.
successfully above the ship, sailing away as the newly developed pirate crew from Hell has a moment to
Yeah.
speak with each other prior to us closing out our session for tonight. Oh man.
Gar,
Oh
look,
my
look,
God.
look, look at my clouds. They're covered in the blood of my enemies. I got to rip this off impressive. I wish you had been there to see it. It was really, really cool.
I bet it was.
You would have been so proud of me. But I could not have done it without this majestic costume that you have crafted for me. It gave me the confidence I needed to go forth and claw.
The claw
Everyone,
really did happen.
everyone just kind of
It was
jumped into
terrifying.
the hole. So I just took the gold that they gave us, and I just came back to the ship.
You are so smart,
So we
my
got-
beloved bear.
Double paid. We got paid double. Because not only do we
Yes.
get money from them, we're getting a whole island.
Yes. That is
Yeah.
correct. It is going to be our secret base.
In total, you have acquired an indestructible hell ship, an island with a font of evil energy accessible at any point through human sacrifice, and about 6,000 gold pieces.
This is amazing.
This is a
Let us
pirate empire unto itself.
let us get the alcohol so we may toast to the Reevas and the magnificent claws. And
Yeah,
again, she
I think-
strikes
Yes.
this dramatic pose.
Yes.
Bearengaar will just bring everyone in for one big bear hug.
Oh,
Very.
This is way too
Reluctantly
my
just-
boy.
Gilly, you know you like hugs. Don't even pretend.
Yes.
Just like Rin yoinks harder.
Reeva just like
Ah.
jumps on Gilly's face, like come here.
Alright. Yep, this is happening.
Yeah,
Yes,
Hunter gets
we
more.
are-
happening. This is our life now.
Mhm.
Uh,
I'm retiring. Yep. I
No,
got a
you
wedding to do.
Ben's. Oh, we got a wedding to plan.
Yes, we
Wait,
do.
who-
We will. We are having
who's,
them
like,
get married on the ship.
I get down.
Who's best
well, I
person
haven't-
for this? Who's like
I-
the person of honor? Like,
I
I
just
am El
remembered.
Capitan. I can marry. That is how this works.
I gotta
didn't
do
realize
something
you
first. 1 second.
God,
And I
go
like
for
I
it.
turn around to Hanse and I get down on like I don't know the
One
equivalent of one knee, which is like half my body leaning. Will you be my husband?
I was waiting to drink because I thought you'd never ask. Of course I will. And like Snoot kisses you and he
Yeah.
immediately cracks open a barrel of whatever finest ale is on there and like just consumes like one bubble of alcohol at the same time.
Damn, babe.
Of course. I just had to hear those words first. I don't know what I would do without you.
I love
I-
you.
I love you too. I didn't expect these pirates. It's just like horse love, everybody. This is what horse love looks like. This is peak.
I am not
Horse
crying.
love.
I swear. I am not crying. I just see this always so romantic.
It's okay to cry. This is very sweet and sentimental.
I spend the
Reeva
rest of my
jumps
time
over to Rin
my
and just
fiancé.
like becomes her scarf. It's just like.
Gilly's just gonna establish psychic contact with Ren really quick, as like a way of private conversation. It's like, you know, I'm not gonna interrupt their moment, but this money's gonna buy a hell of a ring for you. Holy shit!
The crew that loved. The crew that lived.
We can live, laugh, love in these conditions, you know?
What the fuck?
Say that again.
Ben
Oh.
and his new fiance, you know, snoot kissing, drinking, Gilly and Rin, apparently planning their own equal event, which is you know, the crew who loved Bearengaar still hugging Reeva. I'm sure as tight as anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As as Hansei has a bit of a BoJack Horseman moment and falls off the side of the ship and sees the others looking up down at him, trashed in a moment of happiness out
my
at sea, in pure freedom. He's drunk as fuck right now. At this point, we will end it there. Our comedy session of Blue Rose, very different to everything that we've played thus far, but would not trade horse marriage and cult blowing ups for anything at all. I love that we spent half of it at the tavern and the other half, I felt like at that bit we were just like going up the floor, like shooting somebody or breaking something or stealing something and then on to the next floor very quickly. It was like so frenzied. I had
We
an
blasted our way
Yeah.
through that.
I had an amazing. Yeah, the claw, the immediate stab. Yeah, see somebody like stab, running away, right? Like,
Dead.
screaming, running away.
Karate chop
like,
to the
Gilly,
neck.
Like,
Yeah.
Gilly preventing escape of all lifeboats, like damning like all cultists immediately.
It's just
hi,
a
everybody.
little bit of mass arson. It's
Yeah.
flittle Don't worry about it.
What's
Yeah.
a little
Not
bit of mass
family.
arson between friends?
Yeah, exactly.
Just the
Listen,
arson.
if you're sacrificing people, you don't get due process.
This is a good point.
Exactly.
This is the big piece,
Damn.
apparently for Blue Rose cultists. That Reeva, the pirate captain, the
El
pale weasel of
Capitan.
death, the pale ferret of death, El Capitan ferret of death has decided. Hi everybody, my name is Anthony. Pronouns are he and him, and I had an amazing time running for Blue Rose. Wow, we just had a 29-person raid. High roll for damage. Thank you so much for raiding. We just
Hello.
ended
Thank you.
our
Hello.
pirate. We ended our pirate cruise session of comedy with all these animals drinking, killing, stealing, and being general
Kissing.
pirates. Kissing, marriage.
Kissing.
Yeah, there's love amongst these pirates. Don't say that there's not
Horse
love
love.
amongst pirates. As they're describing who they are and what they got up to in today's session, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much again for the raid, everybody. So, starting with the one closest to the meows that I was hearing in the back, Reeva, El Capitan, pale ferret of death. Jen, what do you got going on? What's going on with
Hello.
you?
I'm Jen. I go by Savagesparrow on the internet. Pronouns are she, her. You can find me at Savagesparrow. And today I played El Capitan Reeva of the Claw. And I was so excited to get to do this ridiculous accent. Again, very happy to use my claw. You can find me on the internet at savagesparrow.com, which is my amazing website for nerdy apparel and accessories. On Sundays, I am going to be on our sister channel, Penny for a Tale. We play Pathfinder. It is awesome. And on Tuesdays, I am right here on this channel with the lovely Angel, where we are playing Shadowrun, which is super great and amazing, and I play a vastly different character. So yeah, if you enjoyed my roleplay, those are the games I'm at.
Age of Ashes is so good. Go check it out. And like I said, we got lots of Shadowrun, so check out everything we got from Penny for a Tale and Weave for a Tale, or Weave the Tale. And next up, our recently married horse who found horse love the way that nobody ever thought. Ben, played by the wonderful Angel. What do you got going on?
Oh my gosh. First of all, thank you so much for DMing such a silly and fucking fantastic campaign. I wasn't expecting horse love, but I think it's what my heart needed. I'm at Faetrouble on the internet. Oh my god, I go by they them pronouns. I haven't mentioned it all game, but yeah, you can find me on Faetrouble on the internet. I LARP, cosplay, do art stuff. I stream on Twitch weekly, and we play things like Elden Ring and like indie games and all that. And that's pretty much it. I'm just, little guy.
Horse love. Horse love. It made me so happy. Horse love. I'm so happy that Hansei, our wonderful drawing with the person that I'm going to introduce next, has turned Hansei, yeah, turned into this beautiful character that if anything happens to Hansei, something would happen to you and then me. Um, so good. So thank you so much again. I really appreciated that. Rin, played by Darby, who drew this wonderful Hansei for us. What's going on with you?
Hello. Yes, I'm responsible for the beauty that you just saw on screen. Hello, I'm Darby. I go by ChaoticDarby on the internet, on Twitch and Twitter. I am a TTRPG player, streamer, possum, and all-around menace on the internet. You can find me around the internet Mondays on the Critical Misses Twitch channel, playing Kingsguard, a D&D 5th edition game. Every other Tuesday on Through Hollow Flames, a D&D podcast that you can find anywhere you can listen to podcasts. And again, on Fridays, you can find me here for Weave the Tale to play some Shadowrun 6th edition, where we definitely didn't get traumatized constantly, day to day, by Mitch, every single time. That's great. We're having a great time. I'm not panicking. But yeah, that's where you can find me, playing TTRPGs. Otherwise, you can find me Tuesdays, and usually Wednesdays on my own Twitch channel, ChaoticDarby, where I do, like, crafting streams, mostly just talking, and occasionally I'll play the worst game, in the world, which is League of Legends. So, you know, if you want to keep up with me, that's where you can find me.
Definitely gonna tune in for some League sometime, unabashedly. So I'm gonna hop on for some popcorn, and that's gonna be a good time. So that's a little bit about me. But moving on here, we have Andrew playing Bearengaar, who did great here. Amazing, the bear hugs, running away with the money. I mean, just bear things, you know, and then salmon fishing to save lives.
Hi, I'm Bearengaar. I love my friends and my Reeva. Yeah, I'm Andrew. Much like these other fabulous nerds, I am all over the place. I will be playing some Pathfinder 2nd edition tomorrow morning, so in like 7 hours. So that's fun. And then again, playing some Pathfinder on Sunday with the familiar cast over there in Penny for a Tale. And we actually just released our March one-shot schedule on Lost Caravan RPG. That is the name of our Twitch channel. We do tons of one-shots, mini campaigns, long-running campaigns. You name it, we do it. We find cool games and just play them, you know, as you do. But yeah, seriously, thank you, all of you. This was so much fun. I got to be a big old dumb fluffy bear.
Yeah, like literally the happy smiles. I know it's like super telling. And yeah, Lost Caravan has rated a couple times while we were playing BLUEROSE in the past. So you know, always appreciative of that, and happy you could come on and play the bear that you were meant to play. And now ending with the person who went first, Spencer playing Gilly, who you know went with things up until the murder and then definitely murdered. What's going on with you, Spencer?
You know. Yeah, so this was a ton of fun. This is my first time playing BLUEROSE, and I've played games in the Age system before. More particularly, I've played in the Expanse tabletop RPG system, which is also a ton of fun. And this was a ton of fun as well. But hello, I am at Spencerdva on Twitter, etc. I don't really have any other currently any tabletop RPG streaming things going on. So check out these other folks. They got cool stuff going on, and they're all pretty cool folks. So, you know, go check them out. Yeah.
Thank you so much again to everybody who rated us tonight and for coming on to watch another wonderful week of BLUEROSE. We're going to go ahead and sign off here. Make sure to check back for some more Weave content pretty soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.